you roll with the punches, but that one was kind of just the knockout blow, in my opinion. I think that Coach Killy just completely shattered Eanix in that moment, and I mean, Eanix can probably still put up a very solid performance, but I do think that that can have an impact on the mentality of things. Yeah,
it can be difficult. I mean, I was in a situation where we were playing a two-game set like this, and we lost our LAN opportunity in game 1 by losing, and honestly, I think looking back, playing game 2 kind of helped our team get over it a little bit. You know, it kind of softened the blow because we just decided to, you know, we played it seriously but had some fun, and being in that team environment with your boys can really help you out. Eanix could look for something like that here in game number 2. Fafnir and Osiris are their 2 bans. They're in the first pick position, whereas Terra and Robin banned from eRa Eternity. They knew just how impactful that Robin was in game 1. Want to make sure Eanix don't get it for themselves.
But it is going to be the Thor selection right away for Malois, and I like this option. It allows him to be a little bit more aggressive, and I think that's really what he's keeping in mind. Also, I said Malois, and it's not Malois on the side of Eanix. It is Osric.
Osric, that's right. And Osric, pretty well known for his Thor play. At least I can remember some good plays out of that Thor from Season 3. Bologna and Keranos, the 2 picks here for eRa. So Bologna got all the way to that second ban phase in game number 1. Tough to remember, it was a little bit ago, but I promise that's what happened. And Keranos, again, for eRa Eternity, worked out well, certainly, for them. Sun Wukong going to be the selection for Eanix, and we saw this we saw this last time. Once these solo laners are off the board, you want to try and get these early, or else you're going to be forced into these later game warriors or later draft warriors. Though honestly, with the way Predators played on that Hercules, I wouldn't have minded seeing a run back there.
I think that Predators did an excellent job on that Hercules, but for him to opt for the Sun Wukong so early, I think it's because he felt as though it was a better lane matchup against the Bologna, and Sun Wukong has been in pretty heavy favor as of late.
Absolutely. Susano, the pick for eRa Eternity before the second ban phase, and immediately they turned their attention to some Hunters. Hu Yi, always one that you bring up and says it has a good matchup up against Keranos, so strong ban there from eRa Eternity, whereas Eanix, they look to pick away at Coach Killy's God Pool. They already took that Ganesh away that he did so well on in game 1, and now banning Khepri.
And I think that there it is. I actually like the Nox ban here, simply because I think that Eanix could look for that AoE silencing just to try and stop the Bologna, because a lot of the abilities on the side of eRa Eternity actually rely pretty heavily on just being able to fully commit to them.
That's true.
But with that silence coming through, it would pretty much just deter the follow-up aspect I think that they're looking for with that Susano and Bologna already.
Susano does struggle pretty heavily against Nox, and there's plenty of setup for Nox on the side of Eanix. Also works very well with Thor, not only because the setup, but can show up anywhere with him with that Shadow Step, so good ban there out of eRa Eternity. Xing Chen going to be the selection there, likely in support, I would imagine, for Coach Killy, though Bologna could, I suppose, do the support role. We saw Big Man Tings do that a little bit on the side of Eanix on the PC side of things, but Eanix going to round out their draft with the Isis Medusa.
And this is a little bit more AoE based than what we saw from Eanix the last game, I would say. They had a decent bit of AoE with the Geb and Zeus, but unfortunately, it's really hard, like we saw earlier in the game. You can't really follow up as a Zeus onto Blinks, and they had 2 gods that were looking for the Blink initiations, which made things a little bit more difficult for Eanix. But having that Isis, Medusa, the Ganesh, all of that is really compact and together, and it's a lot easier for Eanix to follow up on.
Isis Thor are one of the oldest mid-jungle combinations in the book. I mean, that's page 1 of competitive Smite, basically. A lot of pressure and CC in that composition. Scylla's the pick for Sir Duckbot to finish it off for eRa Eternity as we're ready to go in game number 2 here. And Sir Duckbot played really, really well on that Thoth in game 1. A little bit surprised that he didn't just decide to run it back.
I think that Sir Duckbot came up pretty huge, actually, on that Thoth, just because he slowed down Osric so much in the early game stages, just one-shotting him twice around those portal demons.
Yeah, those were huge kills in the late game, too. That double kill that Malois was able to pick up in the Titan room, in large part due to the ultimate out of Sir Duckbot that knocked those 2 players very low. Pretty standard starts coming out here from both sides, except for Mango Man, who is proxying the wave in between Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower.
And this is just something that Bologna can get away with. She still gets the benefits, but she's getting caught out by Predators. And Mango Man might actually be in a little bit of danger here.
If Predators was a little bit quicker on the recognition of where Mango Man was and would have stunned him in the middle of that gigantic wave, I think we saw a quick first blood in favor of Eanix, but Mango Man was there in time, and now is going to hit an early level 2 and continue this invade pressure.
Oh, I thought that Osric and 50-meter fly might have poked their heads around to those fire elementals to spot out Mango Man, but he's going to get away with the proxy farm, and I'm sure that he's happy about that one.
Speed buff goes down on each side, invaded on each side. Now Mango Man continues to try and find the invade, but realizes he probably can't do it in the middle of everybody, probably can't get away from the middle of everybody with a nice stun coming out of 50-meter fly. That wing gust just needs one more auto attack. Osric trying to find it, has the speed buff, trying to chase him down. The slow is good, but a quick beads out of Osric is going to get him out of that crush slow. Mango Man still rejetting that spin to win, still not enough. The hammer isn't as either, and Mango Man is going to somehow escape. Osric now the one in trouble.
And Jukes for his life, pretty much. Mango Man, that health chalice just came up huge. He had, I'm sure he used to have health pots, but they're just all expended now.
Malloy's stunned out, and that's going to be first blood. Malloy's cannot afford to use that Storm Kata in that scenario. There's a reason that Isis Thor is page 1 of the mid-jungle combinations. They hurt a lot in the early game. Dinosaur catches Coach Killy in his jungle. Nice silence there, prevents the second dash from coming through too quickly, but Coach Killy didn't lose the cooldown, so he gets out of danger. Eanix, first one on the board.
And now it's going to be Eanix actually securing the Oracle Vision as well. Osric getting a decent bit of sustain off of that thanks to the Boombas. And Limpid Harpies will be theirs as well.
And this is exactly what you draw up with this Isis Thor and this draft in general for Eanix, even with Mango Man getting off to a good start on that right-hand side by proxying, getting the 2 minis from the fire elementals, and then transitioning that into the speed buff. I think Eanix, you could have made the argument that it would have been better for them to try and steal those fire elementals away from Mango Man, but going for the opposition speed, guaranteeing that Osric is going to get one, and then coming into collapse, basically as good as of a response as you can get.
Oh, no, that was an excellent response by Eanix, and realistically, Mango Man probably should have died in that scenario. It was just a little unfortunate, a couple of missed abilities, just weren't able to pick him up.
Bologna passive, man, giving you extra movement speed and defense whenever you're hit or doing the hitting. That certainly helped out eRa Eternity's solo laner, but what's done is done, and now eRa's got to work on how to get themselves back into this one, but not too far behind overall, down less than 1,000 gold still by the 3-minute mark, and that's certainly not that's a very small lead for Eanix. A slight XP lead in the mid lane for 50-meter fly after Sir Duckbot was forced back to base pretty early on, and that's what you expect to see out of Isis in the early game. If she's not getting a level lead, then what is she doing?
That's kind of just what Isis's main priority is early on, she clears waves better than everybody else, and she also takes objectives. I think that eRa Eternity are going to have to be really careful about allowing Eanix to have that Oracle Vision, because I think that with this Isis, Thor, Ganesh, and Medusa combo, they have to be aggressing.
Osric just barely able to escape from the pressure from Mango Man, forced into the ultimate to get away. Good rotation there. It's going to mean a speed buff invade does not go successfully in favor of Eanix. 50-meter fly will help Osric secure his own speed, and Malloy's really wants this kill. Look at where he's going around the backside of this tower.
Oh, this is risky.
Yeah, I mean, 1 CC chain out of that Isis is going to spell certain doom, and Malloy's smells the roses and realizes probably not the best decision.
I think what he really wanted to do there was try and see if Osric would back up enough to where he could pop his ultimate, but just not enough just yet. But speaking of damage, Mango Man almost had enough damage to secure Predators.
Trades ult for ult, but look at where Malloy's is, on his way. Predator's not going to continue to pressure out Mango Man, but all it's going to take is one quick knock-up, Wind Siphon combination from Malloy's to secure eRa Eternity's first kill, if they so choose to try and do it on the Predators, but 72 transformations, such a strong, safe ability. Predators does step up or to find that, and the Wind Siphon just misses the Ox form. Just enough movement speed for Predators to get out of danger.
Predators also placed the ward in that middle section on the solo lane side, but here's the Gold Fury call that we were looking for out of Eanix, and sure enough, they are able to secure it. Sir Duckbot uses ultimate as well, but it's actually Eanix's Gold Fury.
Absolutely love it. We saw it in game 1. We were asking for it. Where's the Gold Fury pool? When Predators is getting ganked, and he got ganked a lot, where's the Gold Fury pool? That time, Eanix do exactly what we were looking for, and they find the objective with the Isis ultimate. 1,500 gold now in the lead. Good adaptation to what eRa Eternity was doing in game 1. Didn't feel like they could do early Gold Furies with a god like Zeus in the mid lane, so went for just about the best you can get in the Isis, and it's already paying off.
And I think that was very well worth it for Eanix, excuse me. And I think all around, now that they don't have to worry about that Gold Fury pressure, it also allows Osric to have a little bit more gank potential other places.
He's got a level lead over Malloy's right now, but Malloy's again looking for the kill. Predators doesn't quite have the ultimate, doesn't have anywhere to go either. eRa Eternity got to put themselves on the board. Osric comes crashing down though, and Malloy's in a lot of trouble, but he knocks up the hammer, and now Osric's the one who's got to be worried. Slow is on the point from Mango Man, but a beautiful Spirit Ball at a 50-meter fly saves the life of his jungler. Mango Man locked in place because of Dinosaur's ultimate. The double tap from Osric is good, and Eanix find their second kill of the game.
Trading out solo laner for solo laner, except Predators has already respawned, so this probably actually goes just a little bit in favor of Eanix, simply because Predators is going to be able to farm up while Mango Man is dead, and his team's going to secure that wave. Hold on, though.
Oh, Dinosaur almost found the solo kill. Would have been a kill for Ganesh. May have been the first competitive Ganesh kill we've ever seen. Of course, Ganesh passive makes it so that anyone around you is going to get credit for the kill, but I don't think anyone was in assist range there. The silence almost kept Malloy's in minion range long enough to find the kill, but either way, forced Malloy's back to base all by himself and got the purification beads.
And again, just a pretty big win for Eanix. This is the early lead that we expect them to have running this Isis composition. Again,
the speed buff invade being looked at. Osric going to teleport forward. Spirit Ball going to hit onto the speed buff, and that means that that's going Eanix's way. Dash off the mark there from Dinosaur, so aggression stops from Eanix as they all go back to their own waves. And you mentioned it, Taco. I mean, this is the perfect draft for what Eanix seemed to want to do in this game.
And Eanix are doing it to the best of their ability as well. This is what they really just need to keep pressuring. But it shows that they still have a bite back after what happened last game.
Yeah, like we mentioned, it can be tough to keep your head. Mango Man forces Predator's ultimate, but Osric misses his, but perfectly timed stun into the knockdown from Somersault Cloud. And Osric claims another life. That's 2 for him. 2 out of the 3 have gone his way, and he has an assist on the 3rd. So this first pick Thor certainly working out in Eanix's favor.
Unfortunately for Mango Man, he just wasn't able to get up into the air in time to immune that. And it's actually going to be Coach Killy taking out way too much poke.
Very close there, Coach Killy. I like the decision from Walsh Beast to fake like that Petrify is there just to secure the fire limit or the oracles, but no, I'm trying to kill you, dog, and barely able to escape as Coach Killy. And anyways, the fire elementals or oracles again got split, so doesn't really matter either way. Wall off the mark there from Osric and teleports away from the knock-up in time this time around. Malloy's continues to push forward because he's got Mango Man and Sir Duckbot in the wings, but Malloy's immediately taking a big chunk of damage. Predators doesn't have an ultimate, and he's likely to fall here. Mango Man finds him. Sir Duckbot didn't even need the ult. Osric goes for the flashy double tap, and now he doesn't have an escape. Mango Man recognizes that and goes for the ultimate, but no real chase potential on the rest of eRa Eternity. But the police are here. Eanix on the way to try and respond.
And you always have an escape possibility when you have speed buff on Thor, but the same can't be said for the Isis. Beats forced out a 50-meter fly thanks to that ultimate from Coach Killy, and everybody from eRa Eternity is getting a free ticket to back.
That's a big Beads cooldown from the Isis because, of course, no CC immune ultimate on the Egyptian mid-mage, and means that Whirlwind of Rage and Steel going to come up big, as well as just the general aggression from Malloy's and Sir Duckbot. Isis, you can play pretty aggressively whenever you have your beads, but without them, it can be difficult to find the right spots.
And if anything, I think that Eanix are going to have to play a little bit more defensively here. Osric going deep with that Thor ultimate.
No fear, man. No fear at all.
He didn't even have a whole lot of health. He was like 50% HP when he started that.
Who needs health? It's just a resource. As long as you got more than 0, doesn't really matter. Sir Duckbot doesn't have beads. I think that, or excuse me, doesn't have boots, and that's a big reason why we see Osric play that aggressive, trying to punish Sir Duckbot for this Book of Thoth rush.
And look at Mango Man, kind of just lurking around Eanix's jungle, trying to see what he can find or if he can find Osric off guard.
And this is what Mango Man's basically been doing all game, playing as aggressive as possible on this Bologna, but look at where Predators is. He's the one catching Mango Man and the rest of eRa Eternity off guard. He's invading the speed buff. I assume he got it, but left a small minion
I'd have to assume that he just left a small creep because there's no way he doesn't solo secure that speed buff.
To prevent the respawn from coming through. The camp doesn't begin its respawn timer until the entire camp is dead, so Malloy's going to show up to one little minion on that speed buff, and then he's going to have to wait another 3 minutes until it's back and ready to go.
That's pretty mean. That's like cyberbullying to a jungler.
That is really mean. That would, I mean, you're already tilted whenever you lose your speed buff in general, but when you lose it and it's not coming back anytime soon, insta tilt. Gold Fury pulled here by Eanix, or excuse me, by it's eRa Eternity, the ones who are playing aggressive around it. Ganesh in the middle of everyone. Dinosaur now forced to dash out. Big Petrify coming out of Welsh Beast, and Osric is right there. A little bit late on that ultimate, but not late on the spin to win. 50-meter fly, gonna find Coach Killy. Sir Duckbot looking for the I'm a Monster. There's a circle of protection, and 50-meter fly claims himself a double kill. Osric wanted the extra damage on a Vaporish Coast, but not gonna be able to find it. Instead, settles for the purple buff, continuing the invade pressure. But Eanix decide they don't want to go for the Gold Fury, even with Vaporish Coast being the only one in the neighborhood. I think using that circle of protection to secure the kill was enough to dissuade them from doing the objective.
I think that they still could have secured that pretty easily, considering that Osric has enough health, and if they just pass that around a little bit, they could have very well secured it. But now it's Predators actually trying to bite it off a little bit more than he could chew, forced up into the cloud because he was trying to just run down Mango Man, dive in the tower. He's going to be able to find the solo kill.
The 2v1. Predators was doing it all game long on the Hercules. Now he's doing it on the Wukong. Bracer gets him a little bit of HP back, and now he's going to find both. Predators finds the 2v1 kill, the double kill. And he's going to get away for good measure. Eanix's solo laner, making eRa Eternity regret ever showing their face on that right-hand side.
I think it doesn't matter whether Predators is on the Hercules or the Wukong. This guy's insane.
Gladiator shield, huge, huge there. Giving him that CDR, the power, the physical protection, and of course getting that slight burst heal every time he hits an ability. He was hitting a lot of them. Gold Fury now the call for Eanix as Osric playing that satellite role. He's gonna find the sun on a Vaporish Coast immediately into the purification beats. Gold Fury already went down in Eanix's favor, despite Coach Killy trying to get in there and steal another objective away from Eanix in this set. Now up 6,500 gold.
And it's not even the gold that I'm paying attention to. It's that 8K experience difference. That is a massive XP lead for Eanix.
Really, really tough stuff for eRa Eternity. I mean, as we mentioned, this is the entire idea of Eanix's draft, is get really, really far ahead early on and just strangle you out from there. It's going by the book thus far. Perfect silence out of Dinosaur prevents the extra hits from that Storm Kata. Welsh Beast trying to look for that same cheeky Petrify that he did in game number 1. Didn't work then, didn't work now. I can tell you, Vaporish Coast's X-axis sensitivity is high enough to turn around from Medusa. It's at least 20.
I'm just saying, Welsh Beast would have probably secured that kill if he'd landed the dash and the and the first ability auto attacks after.
He's looking for it again, but Coast's gonna be able to secure himself a red buff. Predators again in a 2v1. No way he goes in here with Typhoon being charged up. Still gonna go for the damage onto Malloy's though, and he's now going under tower. All right, dude. All right. Okay.
He deserved that one.
What? Osric was in the sky, and it's now gonna look for quick beads from Sir Duckbot. Gets him out of danger there. 50-meter fly did lock down that Scylla for Osric, but the beads and Sentinel got him away before the Anvil of Dawn came down. Yeah, even with the bait there, I mean, that's a little...
No, he's fried there. He's fried to go for that. Like, that's not a play that you make. That's you get boosted, you're feeling yourself after getting the 2v1, and that was a clean 2v1. Don't get me wrong, but to dive into the tower line knowing that 4 members of eRa Eternity are there, I don't care how many Osrics are up in the sky, it's not going to help you.
Is that the official analysis?
Yes.
He's fried?
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
That's all you need to know.
Sometimes that's all you need to say.
I suppose this is one of those times. Welsh Beast and the rest of Eanix looking for these oracles once more. They've done a good job of keeping tabs on this neutral objective and getting that guaranteed Gold Fury vision. It's so important whenever you're the ones trying to aggress onto that objective. Mango Man loses another blue buff. Predators and Osric have been pretty good about being on top of the enemy buffs at the right time, though Malloy's did get a speed buff for himself. He'll also eat a double tap for his troubles, and Predators, look at where he is. Between the towers, going for the Tiger Stun, only hits Coach Killy. A lot of damage on the Predators very quickly. Is going to be able to get up into the ultimate, deciding to use that instead of the Bracer of Undoing that he's got in that second relic slot. Vaporish Coast getting baited on the left side. Welsh Beast going to find him. No jokes that time for Coast to laugh at. And Predators trying to get away on the top side. Still has that Bracer, now gonna use it. Malloy's forcing the Purification Beats and the Typhoon. Master's Will should be coming up soon, and there it is. Predators finds it, but Sir Duckbot gonna punish him again for his over-aggression.
I just don't think that's worth it. You're level 14 killing a level 12 Susano and letting a level 11 Scylla catch up.
That's true.
And now she's 13.
That kill onto the Scylla is massive at this stage in the game. I mean, getting Sir Duckbot back into this one for sure. Nice Spirit Ball out of 50-meter fly. That long-range Spirit Ball accuracy has been on point so far, 50-meter. And Ozric decides he's had enough of fighting in the mid lane. He's going to try and take some towers on the left-hand side, whereas 50-meter fly and Dinosaur, they're still fighting in the mid.
And I think Ozric's going to be able to secure this tower, no problem. It's only Coach Killy really trying to stop him. And not to mention, Ozric's ultimate's coming up pretty soon, but the hammer away is going to be enough to get him out of danger.
Plus, he's got the Bracer, so he's not too worried about if he takes a big chunk of health, he can get a lot of it back, as well as cooldowns. Ozric looking for a play here. Can't quite decide what he wants to do. Goes hammer, then wall, and Coach Killy is blocked off beautifully. 50-meter fly's going to be able to finish him off with that Wing Guts. There's Circle of Protection, and Sir Duckbot stunned right into it. Ozric looking for the kill. Big Petrify coming out of Welsh Beast, but then misses the dash. Ozric was taking up that tower. Now Welsh Beast is the one doing it himself. He's going to fall to the hand of Vaporish Coast. Wild Hunt comes through. Dinosaur trying to run away before getting turned into bacon, but he is going to be able to escape. Can't say the same about Mango Man. He falls to the hand of Predators. No one has any respect for this tier 1 tower in mid. Predators, I suppose, doesn't need to respect it with how much physical protection he has. Finally, Dinosaur and the wave of minions are going to knock it down.
Realistically, if Eanix just didn't look for kills for 5 seconds and put 3 auto attacks into that tower, the T1 wouldn't have killed half their team.
But Taco kills.
Damage.
But kills. That's what win you games.
Asserting your dominance.
Kills, not objectives. Everyone knows that.
Luckily for Eanix, they are still 10k gold in the lead and still have a relatively large experience lead as well.
Yeah, 10k there. So you got plenty of rope to work with here, I think, if you're Eanix. And like we mentioned, I mean, this is a team that just got their hopes and dreams crushed in game number 1 of this set. Maybe if they're locked in, we see them probably objective focus a little better, but they're out for blood. And you know what? I don't really blame them. This team just made sure. I mean, they needed help to Valencia anyways that they likely weren't getting, but still got to be angry at the you got to be mad at someone, right?
All that hate into Coach Killy.
Yeah. We're going to kill this Xing Chen as much as possible, even though he's only got 2 deaths so far. Predators hates just about everyone, because he's got no regard for anybody on eRa Eternity at this point. Has to have some for Vaporish Costo, who's sitting at level 18, higher level than that of Predators. Eanix, they get the Portal Demon. Only needed to use the Dark Pillars from Dinosaur, so not a big commitment there from Eanix, and get another objective under their belt.
You know what's crazy though is that Eanix has like a 10k experience lead over eRa Eternity, but Vaporish Coast is still slightly ahead of Welsh Beast.
I mean, all the action's been on the right side of the map. So
he's kind of just been AFK farming. That's a really good thing right now for Vaporish, because he's probably one of the only members on his team that can really deal significant damage towards Eanix.
I mean, Predators is up 3 levels right now over Mango Man. That's where a lot of that XP lead is coming from. Also from Ozric, who's 3 levels up on Malloy. He's also up in the sky and finds a stun onto Sir Duckbot. Circle of Protection's down, but the Gold Fury gets leashed because of the ultimate out of Coach Killy. He prevents the Gold Fury from going down, but can't prevent that. Sir Duckbot falls to Ozric. Malloy is getting very, very low. Welsh Beast finds the Lacerate. It's going to be one more hit. Fly claims it with the Spirit Ball. Predators, by the way, just killed Mango Man again, because why not? Gold Fury this time should go down in favor of Eanix, though. Vaporish Coast dashing forward, not going to be able to get there. 3rd one of the game goes in Eanix's way.
And Predators opted for damage, so Mango Man, even with the Mystical Mail, just doesn't have any... He has some protections, but he doesn't have any damage to really fight back into this Gladiator Shield, Shifter Shield.
Predators, you got to go, dog. you gotta go. Storm Kata.
It's going back to base, no problem. It's a shortcut.
He had no mana, so maybe couldn't use any abilities. Couldn't use some of these transformations there. They'll have the Bracer. I feel like that could have been. I mean, Predators like to go for the plays. Could have been the play-making potential right there. Vaporish Coast trying to make plays. Welsh Beast dashes out of that Wild Hunt, but still Coast going in. Almost finds 50-meter fly. Osric was there to support just in case. Now turning his attention to the farm in the mid lane. May as well make use of that ultimate when you use it. That's
one of the circumstances where you recognize that you got ganked, you weren't expecting the gank, and you just try to find at least a single kill before you go down.
You just take it, you're trying to take someone with you. Almost succeeded at doing just that. 16-7. Eanix very far in the lead, 11,000 gold. About as much experience, I'd imagine. 12,000, yeah, right around there. This is a team that neither of these teams can make DreamHack Valencia anymore. It's going to be Rival, the European representative for the EU SCL, but I think a lot of people probably would have expected that coming into the summer split. Rival has been the top card in EU for over a year now, and is one of those teams that basically every time the EU SCL rosters are forming, it's everyone trying to catch up to the boys in purple and black. Circle of Protection goes down in favor of Eanix, Circle and the Fire Giant as well. Mango Man is the target of Predators. Really has done something to make this man angry. Continues to push forward.
Predators kind of just likes walking at the enemy team right now. That's kind of just what he's been doing the entire time.
It's his solo's the role for him. Then I'll tell you. Can't do that in just about any other role, though. Dinosaur's trying to do it right now as a support. Takes big damage from that crush, but wins Siphon off the mark. Stun on a Mango Man as the tier 2 tower goes down pretty quickly. Coach Killy only throws Dinosaur around the back. Predators up into the ultimate. Coach Killy's already dead. Somersault Cloud comes crashing down, as does Osric. Sir Duckbutt on the run, gets some decent amount of monster off, but not enough to find anything. Malloy's 1 HP. He's trying to get away. Osric does fall to the hand of Vaporish Coast, and 50-meter fly will get retribution there, but it's only Malloy still alive. This mid Phoenix is toast, and now Eanix looking for some more objectives.
And they're gonna go for the left-hand Phoenix with 4 members down on eRa Eternity because they're worried about the damage from Malloy's, who is now about to die to Predators. No, he is going to get out. He's going to be able to escape, but the left-hand Phoenix has suffered the same fate as 4 members of eRa Eternity, and now Eanix will just back off after killing 4 people from eRa Eternity and 2 Phoenixes.
Wait, how many died there from
4 people died with 30-second plus respawn timers, but they got the Phoenix and now they can back off safely.
They got gold to spend, Taco. Again, when are you going to learn? It's kills that matter, not objectives. Kills, Taco. Play some arena. That'll reacclimate you to what's important in SMITE.
I can't handle the arena championships.
You're not one of those arena queuers?
There's actually some really mechanically talented people in arena.
Oh, there are.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah, there are people who just sweat the arena all day long. And I gotta say, I got respect for those people.
I mean, I don't know how they do it. It's like they still wish ranked arena was around.
They do. They do. You know who you know what game mode I'm not about?
What?
Polar Bear Mike and his Siege.
Oh, God, no.
Miss me with that. Mango Man wishes he could miss all these players on Eanix. He's going to ultimate right into the waiting clutches of Welsh Beast. Now Osric up into the ultimate, trying to find someone who's coming to help Mango Man, and he will find a lonely soul. It's Sir Duckbot. See ya. Osric, 22 kills for Eanix. Nowhere for Sir Duckbot to go there. Malloy's going to be able to jet stream out of those Dharmic pillars, and they're actually body blocking Dinosaur's own team. Typhoon going to come through and knock up just a couple as Predators up into the Somersault Cloud. He's going to come crashing out on the backside. Coach Killy's going to fall. Vaporish Coast gets the Wild Hunt off. He's happy about something, but can't be about his health bar because Osric finds 1 in the fountain, and Predator's going to find the Deicide. Taco, there's no more kills, so I guess
they can end now.
Eanix can go for it.
They got 5 kills instead of 4 this time, so that'll be the end of it, and it is going to be a split.